Hey guys, welcome to Black United. Welcome to another video, and I had another audio recorded already, but I decided to change it, and because I thought that it was discussing about the game against Bilbao, the things about what people were saying about we lost because we didn't have Neymar, we lost because we didn't have Messi, we should have done this, we should have done that, Valverde is not good enough for Barcelona, this and that, and I was talking in detail about it, but I decided to change the audio because I think I have to go more thorough, and the problem is deeper than just Barcelona itself. And I was listening to someone in YouTube that I listen quite a bit. Some of you might know him, but he basically was saying about, and he's very famous for saying this. He thinks of the philosophy that there is a club of friends at Barcelona, which basically means that the players run the club, that there's a group of players, a group core of players that have a very high importance in the decisions that are taken by the club, and that they are in the majority of responsibility for what we win and how we lose, basically. And I have to say that I agree with some of it, not all of it, and this is not a thing that only happens at Barcelona. This happens at every other club that basically has won titles. Look at AC Milan, look at Inter Milan, look at Real Madrid. You can look at so many clubs, Manchester United, Arsenal. Like, there is a plethora of clubs, Chelsea. Like, there is so many clubs in history where this has happened, where you start winning titles and all of a sudden players go down, players start getting on in age, but they're not leaving the club, even though the level is decreasing, because they're basically taking the club hostage, and they are basically taking all the decisions because they won so much. They supposedly are responsible for getting the team on and on every season, even if they're not capable of doing so. And why am I mentioning this? Because the signing of Griezmann, I've said it time and time again, it's not the signing I would have done. It's not a bad signing, it's a good signing. I thought that there was other profile players that would have suited our play style better. I'm not gonna give names because I would spend a long time here, but Griezmann is a good signing. It's a really great signing, actually. It can adapt to what we need, and he's a player that I'm sure that will give good performances for Barcelona if he doesn't happen to become the Coutinho 2.0. But the Neymar topic is the one that really gets me on it, and I'm not gonna emphasize too much about Neymar in this video. It's not about Neymar, it's about something completely different. But the example of Neymar joining Barcelona, if you truly believe that Barcelona didn't beat Bilbao because we didn't have Neymar, because we didn't have Messi, then look at how difficult it is for Barcelona always to go away at San Mamés against Bilbao. Last season we tied 0-0, and Ter Stegen had to have the best performance of the goalkeeper pretty much of the season, and so many times he's had to do that during the season. Like, after Messi, Ter Stegen has the most responsibility for our league title, and it's all wrong. Like, there's so many things wrong with the club. Like, the reality is that we could have played with I believe that it would have been much better to play with a forward line of Abel Ruiz, Carles Perez, and Rafinha. I believe that would have been better. That we could have won with that, because in theory you can win with anything. If we're hypothesizing and saying if we had this player, then I'm saying if we had Carles Perez, if we have Rafinha, if we had Abel Ruiz, we would have won, because I can start throwing ifs and ifs and ifs. But the thing is that what's evident in the pitch is that During the game, our pressing is horrible. Our movement of the ball is slow. Frankie de Jong comes from Ajax, from playing last season with that Ajax team, and comes and plays with this Barcelona team that Piqué, you know how Piqué likes to move the ball out of the back, and for a time it's been fine because Arthur is not been having a position where he's had to drop back that much, but he's even looking for the ball. But Piqué likes to get the ball out of the pitch himself. But when you have like someone like Frankie de Jong to do that, you give the ball to him and you let him lead the way that we're gonna move the ball. But when you're keeping the ball for 5 seconds, every player keeping the ball for 5 seconds, the transition is really slow. All the other opposition players have the chance to sit back and get themselves organized because you're not moving the ball fast enough. And what I want to say in this video is not an analysis of the game, but that's what happened. And another thing that is very evident is that everyone blaming Valverde, like Valverde's not my favorite coach. I don't think that he's good enough for Barcelona, not at all. He should have been sacked this summer, and we should have brought another coach in. But the thing is that Valverde has made it blatantly clear that he's not the leader of this team. Valverde doesn't take any responsibility for the signings of any player. Neymar is not his signing. Griezmann was probably not his signing. Coutinho was probably not his signing. Dembele was probably his signing. For all I know, Frankie de Jong wasn't even his signing. And it's okay. Some of those players are good signings for Barcelona, and some of them not so much. But the thing is that the coach is literally admitting that he's there to coach whatever they bring him. And that is very serious. Because if you see the best 3 teams in world football last season, and I'm going to tell you, Barcelona is not in them. The best 3 teams in world football last season are Manchester City, Liverpool, and Ajax. The teams that played the best football last season was Ajax. And their highest, the highest transfer fee for a player that they have is for Tadic. Dusan Tadic was what, 13, 15 million, something like that? That's their highest transfer fee ever. And in wages, the players at Ajax probably earn 1/20th or 1/10th of what Barcelona players earn. And you're telling me that we cannot play like that because apparently we don't have Xavi and Iniesta, because we don't have those players. We don't have those purple players. Well, we have Artur and we have Frankie de Jong. We have Riqui Puig. We even have Rafinha, who we saw yesterday how capable he is of being a really good player for Barcelona. Have we been trying to give them a chance? Not at all. We had Sergi Samper. We had the likes of Deulofeu that could have perfectly suited the role. I believe that he has back to potential, but we didn't want to give him a chance. You've had players to give opportunities, and you've not done so. You brought in Neto, who I think is a good keeper, and he's probably going to be a good backup keeper for Barcelona. But Valverde likes Iñaki Peña. He liked Iñaki Peña. I'm sure that if you tell him that he's going to be your second goalkeeper, he wouldn't have had a fuss about it. Because there's reports that he said that Iñaki Peña is actually really good. But we haven't want him give him a chance. I want to remember you that Guardiola, when he was at Barcelona, the first thing that he did as soon as he started as a coach was get Ronaldinho and Deco out of the team. The 2 most important parts of that squad, he kicked out of the team. Yaya Touré, the season afterwards, in the 2010-2011 season, he kicked him out. He kicked him out because he was being toxic player for the dressing room. Ibrahimovic, 1 season. And he didn't actually fail at Barcelona. His numbers were pretty decent. But he was being very different. He was bringing a very different mentality to the one that was installing those players, which was Guardiola is the leader of the project. And he was, with Thierry Henry, bringing in the mentality of, we should be the leaders of the project. We're the superstars. Well, I'm gonna get this thing about signing the superstars and you need the millions of players in attack to be great. Because first of all, if Neymar is gonna make us a better team, then I won. If you're telling me that with Neymar, Suarez and Messi, we're never gonna lose a game again, that's what you're saying, right? Because if you said that against Bilbao we would have won because of Neymar, then bring in Neymar, but we better win every single game ever until they retire, right? For the next 5 seasons, we win every game because we have Neymar, right? Or even better, let's bring in Lewandowski, Cavani, let's bring in Agüero, Sterling, let's bring Salah, Mane, Firmino. Let's bring all of them, because apparently the more forwards the better, right? Right? Well, let me tell you this. What's the most successful team, national team in world football in the history of the sport? It is Spain. With 2 Euros on a row and a World Cup in that period. 2008 Euros, 2010 World Cup, 2012 Euros. By being the best footballing team that there is. And they didn't have Messi, they didn't have Neymar. Hell, I believe they played the final with no forwards at all. With something like 6 midfielders or something like that. Because when you have a project, because you have an idea, and you execute that idea properly, it doesn't matter who the players are. As long as they're good players, it doesn't matter who they are. Yes, bringing in more better players is going to make you slightly better, but what actually matters is the project of the club. Why did Spain fail in the 2014 World Cup? Why did Spain fail in the 2018 World Cup? In the 2016 Euros? Because they haven't had the same philosophy. Because players like Piqué, players like Sergio Ramos, are taking the dressing room and they've taken possession of the dressing room. Look at Real Madrid. Let me give you examples of how this is being done throughout the years. Real Madrid last season, they sacked Lopetegui, and Antonio Conte is the maximum candidate to join them. Sergio Ramos a few days later is saying that the respect is earned, it shouldn't be demanded. The respect is earned and it shouldn't be demanded. And as soon as that happens, the rumors on Antonio Conte disappear completely. Like all of a sudden, it was apparently really close, and all of a sudden, the rumor disappears because Antonio Conte knows that he's not going to be able to be the leader of the project. Valverde, he's not the leader of the project anymore. Luis Enrique, when does he start losing power in the dressing room? 2016-2017 season. How coincidentally, that's the worst season that he had at Barcelona. Guardiola, when does he start losing power in the dressing room? 2011-2012 season. The worst season at Barcelona, the only one where we didn't win the league title. It was against a really good Mourinho side, but we didn't win the league title. We could have. Ranieri's Leicester City team that won the title. How are you telling me that team should have never been able to win the title? And it was mainly because the other teams around them were horrendous. I mean, you had a Tottenham Hotspur that was just exploding into the scene and trying. They were just trying to get on results, but that team wasn't able to compete for the title. Arsenal had a massive drop down. Manchester City had a massive drop down. Chelsea, I believe, finished 10th that season. Manchester United with Van Gaal, God knows what they were doing. And the season afterwards, you're telling me that you're good enough to get like 80-something points, but then you start losing on a massive streak and you're almost in danger of getting into the relegation zone. Ranieri gets sacked, and you bring in Shakespeare, and all of a sudden you start your winning spree as if you were gonna win the title again, and you even knock out Sevilla. Why was it that? How was it that playing the same way that you used to with Ranieri didn't work, and you switch with Shakespeare, who literally did the same kind of tactical setup, and you start winning all of a sudden? Because Ranieri was annoying you, because he was trying to get the best out of you, and you were annoyed by that because you didn't want to train the hardest. What happened at Barcelona? Luis Enrique, his message is basically, he's giving the same message every year. He's trying to be very intense, trying to get those players on physical fitness. Like the level that those players were in 2014, 15, 16, physically, those Barcelona players were immaculate. They were absolutely amazing. In 2016-17 season, we see the differences. Players cannot run anymore. Meunier, it cannot be caught apparently by Iniesta and Neymar. You have a 2-on-1, and you're getting destroyed by Meunier, who is not particularly a fast fullback. You in the 17-18 season, not 18-19 season, you lose 3-0 against Roma, 4-0 against Liverpool. Whose fault is it according to the players? It is our fault. We played. We take full responsibility. You lose 4-0 against Paris and 3-0 against Juventus. And whose fault is it? Luis Enrique. Or at least what they said was, it was a tactical setup. So with Luis Enrique, you lose because of the tactical setup. But when you lose with Valverde, it's your fault. Oh, you win in the Sport Mundo Deportivo. What do they say when we come back against PSG? It was because of Neymar. Neymar made us the comeback after Luis Enrique had to literally change the formation 2 weeks ago from that, and he was trying something new to see if he could motivate the players and change something around. Because on the first leg in the PSG, Sport Mundo Deportivo, I clearly remember saying it was Luis Enrique's fault. But whenever we come back with a different information of 3-4-3, now is Neymar. Neymar is the savior now, right? Right. It was just, it didn't happen to be that those, well, let me tell you. If you win by the players, you lose by the players. And that is what it is. If the players were so important and by themselves, if one player by themselves won you titles, then tell me why Argentina has no World Cups. Hell, they don't even have a Copa America. Tell me why Neymar hasn't won a title that's not the Gold Olympics with Brazil. That the only tournament that Brazil has won since Neymar has been at the club is the one tournament that Neymar wasn't in the squad. Tell me why Belgium, the team that with the most supercharged probably team, didn't win the World Cup. With De Bruyne, Hazard, Lukaku, Vertonghen, Mertens, all these super amazing players. Tell me how Ajax, a team that doesn't have the most amazing players in the world, was able to get to the semi-final by knocking out Real Madrid and Juventus. A Real Madrid, that team that had the likes of Ramos and Carvajal, Marcelo, Toni Kroos, Modric. Juventus with Cristiano Ronaldo, Chiellini, Cuadrado, Dybala, Mandzukic. Because individually, the Juventus and Real Madrid players are better than the Ajax ones. Thinking that the Ajax philosophy is better. That Real Madrid have no tactics, and that Juventus with wages that are highly infinite more than the ones of Ajax team, and that they've paid more than for their players than Ajax have. Juventus sit back and counterattack to a team that probably earns a tenth of what they earn as a club. This is what's wrong. Bonucci telling Allegri in a match, bring in this player. Well, I don't remember what match, and I don't remember which player he was suggesting, but literally Bonucci suggesting during a game to Allegri, bring this player on, and Allegri was, you know what, shut the fuck up and play. And that should be your reaction. Because who are the players to be taking decisions in the club? Let's look at another analysis. The likes of Barcelona. Let's look at Barcelona history. I'm gonna look at 3 examples: Rijkaard, Guardiola, and Luis Enrique. The 3 most successful of the recent era successes at Barcelona. The first couple seasons with Rijkaard, oh great. As soon as the team starts working, like the first six months were kind of dodgy, but he was trying to change the mentality. We're coming from a difficult period, but as soon as he got the team to work well together and gel well together in the 4-3-3, everything started going well with us. For us, we started winning league titles. We won a Champions League. In the last 2 seasons, no titles at all. What happens when Guardiola comes in? First 3 seasons, great. 2009, 2010, 2008-09, treble. 2009-10, La Liga. 2010-2011, La Liga, Champions League, and we lost on the final of the Copa del Rey. What happens on the 2011-2012 season? Well, players, again, problems. 2014-2015 season with Luis Enrique. We have our first couple dodgy months. Those players are being, I think, they should have been, some of them should have been changed by then. But Luis Enrique was able to get the best out of them. And then again, took like about 6 months time. The team starts playing fantastically well and we win a treble. Next season, 15-16, we win the double with a feeling that we could have won the treble. We go out in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid, but we go out with dignity, being ourselves. Season afterwards, then Luis Enrique starts having problems. How coincidentally that after a short period of success, then the players start acting up and the managers start losing power in the dressing room. And this happens with everyone. Zidane leaves that dressing room after winning 3 Champions Leagues in a row. He wasn't sacked, he left because he saw trouble. And the only reason he came back is because apparently, allegedly, Florentino Perez guaranteed him total control of the dressing room to be able to change whoever he wanted to. It is apparently not being fulfilled because Bale wouldn't be that squad. I know that. And this is why I have to complain. This is what is wrong with football overall. Players have been given way too much importance while they don't have it. Because the truth is that if players were so important, Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo would have so many World Cups between them. And the thing is that none of them have. Neymar doesn't have a World Cup. It is Spain who every year is competing for every single one of the youth divisions. Under 19s, under 21s. In the World Cup, they were phenomenal. I mean, in that 2008-2012 period, they were phenomenal. Because they're respecting a model. Germany, in the youth categories, again, they have a way of play. England are starting to compete for everything because the youth category follows a path. That's the reason that you don't see South American teams perform well in the World Cup, because they're normally the teams that have no structure. Brazil literally just go through on pure talent, because structure, they're just about to have a structure. Uruguay have been playing some of the same thing for a couple of years already. Argentina are having troubles because they change the project every 4 years or every 2 years. They don't even keep the same project. So if something goes wrong, someone gets sacked, and you go change to something completely different. So this is what is wrong with football. This is it. You don't win because of the players. You don't win because of the manager even. You win by your philosophy, by respecting your philosophy, by following it through. If you're gonna sit back and counterattack, then you buy the players to sit back and counterattack, and you don't try to do something different. If you're gonna have possession, well, you make sure that you move the ball fast, that you perform a high press properly. It is embarrassing that the young twice has complained about the way that we're playing. It is embarrassing that a kid that just came on has so much, because he sees that the problem is really big. Like the problem at Barcelona, it is huge to fix. Because literally, for me, I've said it time and time again. Coutinho, Rakitic, and Piqué would have been my outs this season. And I believe that would have sent a message to the club of friends, apparently, or to like the heavyweights of the squad. Messi, Alba, Busquets, Suarez, Sergio Roberto. You kick out Piqué, Rakitic, and Coutinho, you send a message. If they don't get through that message, I am sorry, but whoever it is that doesn't follow the project, the model, that doesn't follow the instructions of the coach, out. Dembélé, Ter Stegen, Lenglet, Piqué, Busquets, Rakitic, Coutinho, Messi, Suarez, whoever it is that doesn't follow the instructions of the coach and doesn't want to respect the Cruyffism, out. Because I'd rather play with the B team following the instructions that they're given, and the players doing whatever the hell they want, asking for signings of whoever they want, and doing whatever the hell they want in the pitch. Because this is not the way to improve. This is the way to de-evolve, to unevolve, to be worse, to be a Real Madrid 2.0, to get kicked out by a group of kids, to lose against your biggest rivals in a week twice. Is that what we want? With all said and done, leave me your opinions in the comment section below. I'm sure that I'm gonna have a lot of criticism. As always, I don't care. I'll debate with some of you guys, the ones that wanna listen. Fine, I'm just giving you my point of opinion. It's not an absolute truth. Leave me your debates in the comment section below. And well, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Blaugranas.